Hi kids, welcome back to Diversity Uncle's Angry Rant. Today, we're going to talk about Toronto, Ontario and what's happening here. I know that you probably already know this MPP, which is basically People's Politician, Roman Baber. He is the only politician in the Ontario provincial government that dares to speak up for the people, dares to send a message to his colleagues to ask them to lift the lockdown. And he has been a little bit lonely on that front, and he has been ridiculed by many people, even though he's doing the right thing for the people. But today, there's some good news. As he tweeted, you can see, he said, "Great news, David Sweet, MP, joined me at Queen's Park this morning to call on Ontario's government to lift the lockdown and more Ontario into green." And David Sweet is the first sitting CPC member of Parliament to do so, and hopefully not the last. Thank you, David. So let's have a quick look at this. This is basically a joint poster, and they were together going to the caucus, and this is where they were speaking. And David Sweet also on his own Twitter account tweeted the same message. And he said, "Today I joined MPP Roman Baber at Queen's Park to call on Ontario's government to end the lockdown and move into green. We need to protect the vulnerable, like folks in LTC and GRP homes, but locking down healthy people does untold mental harm. Let's have a convo." Exactly. At least let's start a conversation. Let's put the set on the table. Let's talk about it. Let's look at the evidence. And that's what we should do. That's all the politicians should do. So Roman Baber is also calling out to all the supporters to actually write a letter to their MP, their MPP, so that we can get the message across. And don't underestimate your own power. I myself, angry diversity uncle myself, being angry aside, I'm actually prepared to write a letter to my MP and MPP. And at the same time, all the so-called top doctors from Toronto, from Peel region, they're still out there doing all the harm. And look at this news today from Toronto. And this is the so-called Toronto top doctor, Eileen de Villa. And some people actually call her Eileen the Cruella. I think that name is probably more fitting for her. And as we can see, Toronto medical officer Eileen de Villa is asked what data she has to support keeping gyms, barbers, and hair salons closed. And she speaks vaguely of protecting public health, but offers no data. So basically, she has zero data. She has no science behind her recommendations. And this has been going on for a very long time. I don't understand why, this woman would actually be given such power. And look at this other journalist, Alex Pearson, what she said, how this unelected official who has yet to show any data to back her claims has the power to destroy an entire economy is beyond. I totally echo what she says. This doctor really has all the blood on her hands. And at the same time, Peel region top doctor also trying to insist on locking down. And this other doctor, though, good for her. She spoke out as a mother, as a physician, Silvana Bolano, MD. She says, truly disturbing to see that my colleagues in public health in Toronto can only see the world now through the COVID-19 lens. I can only imagine the devastation that this will bring to Toronto. So Toronto and Peel region both will still be in lockdown. And this has been going on for more than 2 months. And imagine the devastation to all the businesses and to people's mental health, right? So this is outrageous. Today, though, I'm not going to end on an angry note because we are talking about Toronto, Ontario. This is my home. So I'm actually going to end today's angry rant on something positive. We're going to show you some footage of the anti-lockdown protest this past weekend, and it is definitely something that will cheer you up. Alright, that is all for today's Angry Rant. Say goodbye here, Diversity Uncle. Until next time.